And the Trailblazers start out with the ball. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. And it's Rondo in at the 5. Now, here's Whiteside. Clock at 6. Here's Hood. That shot off. Good D by James. And the GOAT conversation. LeBron has said his motivation is to surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Greg, what do you think he needs to do to bolster his case?
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
Baseline try. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Outside Hood. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. Loads it up for Davis and finished off by Davis.
Yeah, and Rondo just working the ball around there. He loves finding his teammates when they're open in the sweet spots.
And Lillard kicks to Whiteside. Pass to Hazanya. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Hood can't get it to go.
Just 1 of 4 from the floor, not the start they were looking for here.
Kept alive. And that one's good by Davis.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Now here's McCollum over Green, and the basket by McCollum.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Davis against Whiteside. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
And Whiteside takes great pride in rejecting shots. Outstanding at getting his arms up and denying shooters.
Now here's McCollum. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's his first foul. And Clark, when you look at how the game has changed, if you were entering the league today, how would you reshape your skill set?
Well, the biggest part would be expanding my shooting range. I was a good shooter at the time that I played, but would need to expand it and was just starting to stretch out my shooting to the three-point line. And then also defensively be a little more committed to that end of the floor, really working to get better there. But ball handling, passing, scoring, rebounding, those were things that I did pretty well.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Yusuf Nurkic. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20, 25, and 5 game, the Bosnian Beast, making a name for himself. And the feeling has been that the Lakers needed to acquire more veteran talent to put alongside LeBron, and they've done just that.
And, you know, time is creeping up on LeBron. He turns 35 this season. Really, for the Lakers, the time is now if they're going to compete to get him another ring and perhaps themselves another banner.
So it's the Lakers now after the Trailblazers pick up 2. On its way from Caldwell Pope for 2. Misses off the right iron.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Here's Caldwell Pope after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Over Little. And the Lakers with another miss. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
Los Angeles making a switch here. McGee's checked in.
Well, I don't think it's been a secret. I mean, LeBron James hopes to become the greatest of all time. At least that's my perspective on it. Last season, he surpassed his idol, Michael Jordan, in career scoring. He called it one of the real pinnacles of his career.
That's off as well, so he misses both.
Amongst the many things that I appreciate most about LeBron James, and there are a lot, his leadership. I mean, everybody else just kind of naturally falls into place behind him because he's such a good example and a positive leader.
Here's Bazemore, following the basket by JaVale McGee. Bazemore passes to Lillard. Back to Bazemore, takes the 3. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Lakers trail by 4. Here's James, and the dunk by LeBron.
Tell you what, if he's within shouting distance of the basket, he's going to get his buckets. You can count on that.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now here's Lillard. T right on him. Shot. McGee with the block.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking.
James. They get the rebound. Lays it up off the glass. James has got 6.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
It's all tied in Portland. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Great team play, so key to winning. Damian Lillard broke down the keys.
Be a star in your role. You know, I think it's one thing to say, let's be consistent. Let's play hard. Let's do all of these things.
Knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
And you know, when the bench is playing such a big role early, that certainly allows the starters to stay fresh throughout the game.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, JaVale McGee is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Avery Bradley, and it's Cook in at the 1.
And he can score from all over the court, but Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area, but sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, DeMarcus Cousins suffered an Achilles injury, and it was a major setback for him, but it was also an eye-opener. Cousins said, any given day could be your last day playing, and all the celebrity, all the fame ends. My love for the game has grown, but at the same time, I want to be more than just a basketball player. And Kevin, challenges can put anything into perspective.
Thank you, D.A.
You know, I really enjoy watching Cousins go to work deep inside. I mean, it feels like, to me, nobody can guard him down there.
And Bazemore kicks to Lillard, and Lillard gets double-teamed. Here's Bazemore, rebounded by the Lakers. about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Daniels passes to Cousins. Nurkic with the block. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for the Lakers. Rondo comes in for Quinn Cook. Rondo looking over the floor. Outside, Davis over Collins. And it's Davis missing.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Back to Bazemore. Shoots over McGee. Goes back up. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Portland shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
A different look now for Portland. Isanya comes in for Collins. Rodney Hood subbed in for Kent Bazemore. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Los Angeles. Green comes in for Bradley. Now here's Green. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Back to Rondo. Lakers passing it around. Here's Davis. Over Hazonia. And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got 6. Clark, we're seeing a lot of shooters drawing contact. They have that art form down. They know exactly what to do and how to position their bodies, don't they?
Yeah, you really do, Kevin. And I don't know if anybody's any better than James Harden. In part because he's so skilled with the ball, but he's a really thick, strong, agile guard, which makes him hard to defend without fouling him. And he's really developed that ability to seek contact in a legal manner. And I don't think anybody does it any better than him.
Now here's Lillard. He has 6. Over Rondo. He sinks the 11-footer. Lillard's got 4 points this quarter.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
Here is Daniels. He is guarded by McCollum. Nurkic against Kuzma. They kick it out to Green. Shot clock at 5. There's the triple. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And looking back, an underrated part of the DeRozan-Kawhi trade, the Raptors also getting Danny Green. Green, one of the better 3-and-D wings in the league, way more than a throw-in.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Nurkic, and it's Tolliver in for Damian Lillard. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. James is checked in. Now here's McCollum. Buries it down low. McCollum's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers. And you look at Danny Green's, he had both ends. Hard to believe the Spurs gave him up.
I mean, over 40% from long range, locked down defensively. Not a lot of flash, but plenty of substance to his game.
Hood against James, 18 feet out, and he hits the jumper for 2. LeBron's got 8 points.
You know, because James is such a consistent, confident shooter from the mid-range, you just can't afford to let him get comfortable.
There's the pass to Hood. Off target with his 3.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. From the arc, count it, and the Laker lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from Hazonia.
Well, I love the confidence that Hazonia shows pulling it from deep. Boy, his stroke, a thing of beauty.
Outside Rondo. Here's Davis. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Lakers lead by 1.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, it's a hard game so far. Going into the second half, what will you tell your team?
We just got to compete. You know, keep competing, trust each other, and make plays.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you how much it means to us to have you back with us on the halftime show on 2K. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Hazonia at the 4 and Whiteside at the 5. And it's Hood in at the 3 spot. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half. Hazonia finds Lillard. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Feeds to Davis. From 6 feet. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. And it's 8 points for Davis.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Pass to McCollum. Takes a 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Rondo kicks to James. Pass to Davis. And he banks in the layup. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up, scanning the floor and finding the open man.
Here's Lillard. Rebound the Lakers. Knocked loose. McCollum with the ball. Now Green defending. Goes up at the stripe. Green with the block. It's Kuzma penetrating. Here's Davis. And the layup's good off the glass.
Timeout.
Davis has got 12 in the game.
No surprise there. I mean, realizing he has the size advantage, he exploits it perfectly.
Now a timeout called by Portland. All right, Clark, game is on the line. One free throw to make to win a big game. Who is up there for you?
I'd go with your colleague and mine.
Oh, yeah.
But since he's no longer in uniform today, I will go with Steph Curry and Malcolm Brogdon.
Great names. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Whiteside. Collins comes in for Mario Hazonia. Little, he's checked in for Hood. And it's Kent Bazemore in for McCollum. The Lakers also making some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Anthony Davis. Bradley comes in for Green. And Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
Lillard dishes to Bazemore. Out left to the wing. Here's Little, and the rejection by LeBron. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Daniels, he's checked in for Quinn Cook. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. 5 to shoot. Little passes to Bazemore. Portland, no good that time either. And here's Los Angeles. It's been 8 unanswered points for them.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
Lillard from outside. But they'll get another chance. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Collins. James looking around. And the rejection by Collins. Tries again. That shot misses. Now Portland takes it the other way. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
He kicks to Little. Pass to Lillard. The tray. Kuzma pulls it in. Kuzma's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
The Trailblazers have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. Free throw good. Nurkic. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Little. The Lakers also making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Daniels. And Kyle Kuzma, a late pick in the 2017 draft, but he's shown that he's as strong a prospect as any.
Yeah, flew under the radar as a prospect, but came in with a very refined game and was an impact player early on. Has already started to expand his game. Should see an even bigger role as he develops as a player.
Lillard against Bradley. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
McCollum's checked in for Portland. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Los Angeles. Now the pass to Cousins. Shoots over Nurkic. And again, no good by the Lakers. Trailblazers trail by 7. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
That's 2 really unproductive trips in a row, ending in turnover.
James up top. He's got 10. It's stolen. And Portland turns it over again. Here's Cousins. Cans the shot from the wings. Cousins has got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. We'll return shortly. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting 41% for the game. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So the Lakers 5 right now. Davis and Cousins down low at the 4 and the 5. Rondo and Caldwell Pope in the backcourt. And it's Green in at the 3 slot. Here's Cousins. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And, you know, DeMarcus Cousins is used to playing through contact. I mean, he's excellent at overwhelming the defense with his strength.
Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Lakers?
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
McCollum outside. And he drops it in from the low post.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Hood against Rondo. Outside, Green. Trying to get open. It's Davis. They grab their own miss. The layup missed.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Tolliver kicks to McCullough. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Floats it up for Davis.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Now Hazonia. Dishes it to Whiteside. And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Lillard's checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. James is checked in. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He is not happy with the turnovers. He said, we have got to get some shots. It's as simple as that, guys. Play smart and value the basketball. We'll see if the message sunk in, Kevin.
Here's Hazonia. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And Hazonia does not lack for aggressiveness. I mean, I love how he attacks the defense and gets these foul calls.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw.
And, you know, Hazonia plays with a lot of flair, an exciting player who brings a ton of energy to the court.
Outside Rondo. It's Davis on the wing. Back to Rondo. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Hood against James. Hood finds Whiteside. He's looking for Lillard and finds him. 4 on the clock. And Davis sends it back. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Rondo dishes to Cousins. Over Whiteside. And another basket for the Lakers.
And Cousins just a very consistent scorer, effortlessly getting off the ground to sink these shots.
And Lillard kicks to McCullough. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. 16 feet away. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
Cousins, no good. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Hood, the pass to Lillard. 1:31 left in the game. Hood deciding where to go with it. A 3 from McCollum. That one is good again. He sits right from the floor with the basket.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're in front by 12. 1:21 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
Sensational game for him in terms of shooting efficiency. He's taken nothing but high percentage shots. That's how he's managed to hit over 60% from the field. I mean, making just about everything he's looked at.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Outside, Green. Back to Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Lakers.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Anthony Davis.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
There's Azania, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. That one on Davis.
Azania is confident and unafraid when he takes it inside. He doesn't mind getting fouled.
First one falls for him. A platoon swap here for the Lakers. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Daniels. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. It's rebounded by Labissiere. Little kicks to Hazonia. Offline with his three. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what